He was the one that started a rumor that said I was hooking up with Drake, having an affair, our whole marriage. She accused me of that publicly.
So the new Kardashian series has arrived and the tea is hot, but also this series was lame as if. I don't care how much they hyped it up, they're liars. It was boring as hell. So you're lucky you've got good old drama investigator to spill the tea so you don't have to waste 40 to 50 minutes of your life watching that pathetic excuse of a TV show. Also, you're more likely to get your viewership worth watching Selling Sunset. Let me know in the comments if you want me to spill the tea on that show. And before we get into this, I just want to say it's pretty clear the Kardashians are copying Selling Sunset's music. Yes, you heard me right. They've gone out of their way to find out who sings for the Selling Sunset show, and they've hired them to sing the music for the Kardashians show. I honestly thought I was watching an episode of Selling Sunset when it had suddenly occurred to me they copied the music that they use. So anyway, in the latest episode of the Kardashians, Kim did not hold back from ripping into Kanye, but it wasn't like she was attacking him or anything for no reason. She was just saying she's fed up with his crap. And I'm guessing this was filmed back late last year when he was getting cancelled and lost his billionaire status and was exposing Kim and her family non-stop. So Kim broke down to her mum and was crying at one point over all the crap he was putting her through. Apparently she's suffering from psoriasis from all the stress. To make matters worse, Kanye had accused Kim of sleeping with Drake and was spreading those rumors in the media at the time. It was nuts. And during this episode, Kim had mentioned this and she was really upset, and she was pretty much going off about how those rumors weren't true at all. While she was crying, she'd mentioned how Kanye said that he was forever going to be her protector. And I think that was really weird of her to mention, considering he has a new wife. At that point, maybe he didn't. Maybe that's why she was crying, saying that he should be protecting me. But at the end of the day, she was divorced from Kanye at this point and crying about the fact that he wasn't her protector anymore. Make it make sense, Kim.
Because I know one day my kids will appreciate that. And the one that was supposed to protect me and still does interviews saying they will be my forever protector is the one that is hurting me the most.
It was interesting that she mentioned Drake because he'd recently released a song with a recording of Kim speaking in it earlier this year. Drake was taunting Kanye with that song, but it didn't really work because Kanye has since been in his quiet girl era for the entirety of this year pretty much. But yeah, there have been rumors over the years that Drake has had his way with members of the Kardashian family. If we remember last year, there was an Insta account that claimed to be Marley Nichols, Tristan Thompson's new baby mama, who'd said this. You know, Drake slept with Kylie last year, but you aren't man enough to tell Travis Scott. Well, there it is. Good night, folks. More tomorrow. So obviously this had fans up in flames because they're like, oh my god, he slept with Kim, he slept with Kylie. And you know, now of course he's released that song this year that had Kim speaking in it. It's just really weird, and obviously this really upset Kim because she feels that Kanye was defaming her character by spreading these rumors. Kim said time and time again throughout this episode that she hasn't once shat on Kanye's name, and she's done that for the sake of her kids. And although Kanye kept bringing up the fact that Kim has this SEX tape with Ray J, she'd said it's actually worse for their kids to look back and see all the stuff that Kanye was saying last year, as we know who's very problematic. She'd said that will have more of an effect on them than Kim's one-off SEX tape. Now throughout this episode, it was really random, it was really boring. Kylie and Kendall went out driving in a car. Kendall was apparently trying to teach Kylie how to drive a manual. It was just such a boring episode to watch. And then Kylie took Stormi to a piss up. It was Kendall Jenner's 818 party, and for some reason Stormi was there. She was the only kid there, and she was watching everyone get drunk. It was just so random. Basically, the main theme of this episode was the fact that Kanye didn't want his name mentioned in the series at all, but Kim was like, what the heck, you talk about me in interviews all the time, you're constantly bashing my name. And although she hadn't said anything directly about Kanye, she did say that he pretty much won't stop and he was just making her life an absolute hellhole. So yeah, this episode was just really lame. It was really boring. Scott was also in this episode. It was really random. He was hanging out with Kim and Chloe, and they were all talking about their life, and Chloe had said that she was really struggling to connect with her son, who she'd had through surrogacy, probably because of the whole Tristan drama. Courtney was not seen at all hanging out with Scott, like we've seen her hang out with him countless times before in the past, and this is because she has a new husband. It was really weird because Chloe went round to go and see Courtney, and as soon as she got there, Courtney was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm ovulating. I'm off to go and have you-know-what with my partner." And they literally filmed it. Like, they didn't film the sounds or whatever, but they had filmed like a time lapse of them, doing whatever. It was so weird. It was very, very weird. Some things should just not be talked about on camera, or they just shouldn't be doing things while they're filming. It's very weird. Something else that's interesting is that this year, ever since Kanye has kept quiet about everything, Kim has now started speaking out on podcasts. She's been in a lot of podcast interviews, and this is something that we've never seen from her before. She's always kept very quiet. She doesn't do any interviews. But I think now that Kanye is in his quiet girl era, Kim feels that she can now speak out and say what's on her mind, and the way that Kanye treated her during their divorce and after their divorce. And the fact that Kanye has not responded to what Kim is saying about him says a lot. I think he's no longer bothered with Kim and her family and what they put him through, allegedly, and he's more so just focusing on his new life with his new wife. However, the one thing that is concerning is the fact that apparently he's now a deadbeat. He's more focused on his new wife and starting a new alleged business with her, which is apparently going to be something along the line of yeggings. Yeezy leggings. And we need to talk about this really quick because there have been some more pictures that have surfaced of Kanye going out and about with his wife wearing some really weird fashion. So he was seen in the last 24 hours going out for ice cream with his wife wearing literally just socks and what looked like shoulder pads. It was very weird. His wife was dressed sort of more normally, but with a t-shirt covering her face, and she was also wearing socks. But those shoulder pads though, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Many people believe that they are subtly out here wearing products from what looks like, what could be the new collection. But like I said before, Kim now feels that she's able to respond to all the shit that Kanye said about her last year. And she's doing so by speaking about how shitty Kanye treated her in her new series. So anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts on all this drama in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more juicy tea.